All right, students are going back to school, but getting used to a new normal this year with new safety measures in place and remote learning. A lot of districts are doing this, Kara.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to Brian Galvin. He is the Chief Academic Officer at Varsity Tutors to get some tips on how students and parents can actually set themselves up for success this year. A lot of schools around here in Connecticut have been in. They're getting used to the hybrid models, which is what most of our districts are doing. But how do you really set your kids up for success this year with so many differences?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think the biggest thing is look at what's missing between a typical school day in person and then when we move remotely or have to shift to hybrid. One of the most important things is personal attention. You think about it in a typical school day, how many little micro interactions a teacher has with each student, from a look across the classroom to kind of a quick conversation in the hallway before school or as they're walking around desk to desk. And that doesn't translate as well to big Zoom meetings and things. And so, for parents, it's a question of, can you provide a little bit of that, whether it's, have a kid teach you something they learned at the dinner table every night. So they have to articulate to an adult what they're learning. They kind of get that feedback that it's valued. Or it's a reason that a lot of families are looking to tutoring or small group pod learning just to have that personal attention and interaction that's so important that tends to be missing when school moves online.
I have heard of a lot of parents that we know trying to, especially those who work full-time, trying to do some pod learning or tutoring during those hybrid weeks or even for those who have chosen to stay home. How do you make sure, I know you're with tutors, do you just hire a varsity tutor? How do you make sure that the person that you're having supervise is qualified to handle maybe multiple ages?
Yeah, great question. That's it's one of the things that we love about online tutoring is the world is available to tutor, and so we can find the best possible match for people who not only have the subject matter expertise to teach the subjects you're interested in, and it can be anything from kind of basic things like math and reading, or some families just want kids to learn something they're excited about, like card tricks and magic, or Photoshop and other kind of passion type projects. Then we can also, find people who are sort of inspirational to students who have similar interests, so that, not just learning from someone who's good at math, but if you're really into sports statistics, we can find someone for you who will be able to teach math through that lens and kind of meet kids where they are. So with online learning, the world of possibilities of highly qualified people is out there for you. And that's one thing we love about the scale of what we do.
Yeah, so I know people can contact Varsity Tutors. You guys all know that maybe you'll get some cred with the kids, because I hear your videos have like 2 million views. Kids love YouTube.
It's it's wind dated, I guess, to use an Olympics reference, because we've had classes taught by Olympic gold medalists, and we had Jay Williams of ESPN, the Connecticut guy, teach a class on sports broadcasting on Tuesday. We've had a lot of celebrities coming out to teach. We're kind of calling them virtual field trips, and so that really racks up the view count. Those are totally free and interactive, and a way to get kids excited about learning. So check us out at varsitytutors.com, and we're certain to have some that appeal to your kids' interests.
Do you foresee, because a lot of us have been saying, oh gosh, this year it must be just a wash, but now we're going into another year of non-traditional learning. Do you think kids are falling behind?
The answer is yes, with a hopeful twist to it. It's been a long summer, and it was a shaky spring. And so, the summer slide is a term that's been around for a long time, and it really just amounts to use it or lose it. If you're not using those skills in math and reading, every day, every week, then they atrophy a little bit. But what's nice for parents to know is really, if you use it, you'll get it back. And so if kids, even if they don't love reading the classics like The Catcher in the Rye, if they're reading Harry Potter, they're getting their reading skills back. And at Varsity Tutors, our learning lab will help you diagnose the specific skills that have atrophied the most for your students, so they can be next grade ready. So if you go to our learning lab, take a custom diagnostic in about 20 minutes, you'll even get a custom learning plan for free that'll help you say, hey, these are the 4 or 5 things your student really needs to work on to thrive in the new year.
Brian, thank you so much for being with us, and let everyone know that for more information on virtual classes and resources, you can visit varsitytutors.com.
Very interesting.
Yeah,
really
it makes
cool.
me want to take a class
Absolutely.
too.